All right. Welcome to Wednesday, June 10. I am right here. We are going to start a brand new unit today, Unit 3, called the Executive Branch. We just left Congress. We're going 16 blocks down the street to the White House. Fun fact, that's why the White House is 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, because it's 16 blocks away from the Capitol building. The Capitol building starts, or is the beginning, is the focal point of all addresses in Washington, D.C. So if you look at the number on the address of someplace in Washington, D.C., the lower the number, the closer you are to the Capitol building. Okay? Some of you guys might remember that from your 8th grade D.C. trip. All right, anyway, we've got Unit 3, Lesson 1, which was a monster when we started organizing this course. So we broke it down into two parts, Executive Branch, Part 1, and Part 2. So we're going to take care of Part 1 today on June the 10th. What can a president do? What does the Constitution allow the president to do? What should a president do? Okay? And if you want to add another question to that, we might want to add, what should a president not do? Okay? So, Article 2 of the Constitution created this executive branch, and it created a singular person to be the leader or the chief of that branch, the chief executive, the President of the United States. The executive branch is led by that person, that president, who serves a 4-year term. The president can serve 2 of those if he or she wants to and wins both elections. Now, the president's job, what you're going to learn today, is multifaceted. It has many faces, and there are many roles of the presidency. It is arguably one of the most powerful positions on the planet. All right. Daily attendance. Respond to that prompt, please. And you've got a handful of readings to do. Hey, don't forget your note-taking guide. We're no longer taking those for grades, but it's a helpful tool for you. So get one of those out, put it up in Notability, and take a few notes over the basics of the executive branch, evolution of the presidency, presidential selection, and succession. Okay? Watch a video that helps reinforce some of this information about the role or roles of the president, and complete the following assignment: the president's job description. You're going to be taking a look in this assignment here at the notes of President Truman, who kept a daily agenda or daily diary or log of what he did throughout the course of a day. Okay? And then you take his writings, what he said he was doing, and you match it up with one of the roles that he is fulfilling. Okay? We're going to give you 2 attempts at this. So if you go through and you miss a couple of questions, read that scenario again, check your notes again, and give it another shot. All right? Presidential succession. Okay? Sometimes presidents cannot fulfill their duties and complete their terms, whether it be by resignation, death by natural causes, or death by man-made causes, such as assassination. Well, who's in charge? Who takes over? How does that work? What if there's a vacancy in the vice presidency? How does that work? Okay. Following this, there's going to be a handful more videos here. So plug in those buds and sit back and relax and binge some U.S. government. Okay. Now, we've got an optional assignment here. If you would like to do this, head on over to iCivics to win the White House. Okay? Not a bad little game to play. And then when you are ready, take your Unit 3 Lesson 1 quiz. Bravo, you are done. You have finished Part 1 of Unit 3 Lesson 1. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, message me in Canvas, Gmail, pop into Zoom office hours at 10 and 1. Have a great day.